Good morning, everyone. It's Ann Varillo here with StampWithAnn.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Auburn, New York. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. It's Wednesday, May 21st, and I can't believe we're coming up to the end of May. I'm really looking forward to some warmer weather. As you can see, I've got my jacket on today. My stamp room has lost heat. So I can't crank up my heater and it's very cold in here, so I've got a jacket on. But anyways, so how is everybody doing? Are you excited about June coming up and the warmer weather and the sunshine and summer? I am. Anywho, thanks for joining me today. I just want to set up a couple reminders. If you're watching me on my YouTube channel and you aren't subscribed yet, please make sure you subscribe. And once you subscribe, make sure you hit the little bell icon, and that way you'll get notifications of when I go live. And same thing on Facebook. If you're watching me on Facebook and you aren't following my page, go ahead and give me a follow there. And also, give me a thumbs up and a like, and always leave a comment. I love to hear everybody's comments, especially if you're watching the replay, where you're watching from. So, hi Claudia from Germany. How are you today? Anywho, so this week I'm crafting and creating with the cutest bundle. I'm totally a beach girl. I was born and raised in Huntington Beach, California. So when I saw this tote, it's the Notes and Totes bundle, I fell in love with it. And I'm telling you, if you don't have it yet, get it. You're going to have so much fun with it. And there are so many possibilities to create the cutest totes on cards, and also little gift or little candy holders. So it's super cute. So today I'm going to be sharing the second card in my weekly card class kit to go. If you're not familiar with it, I offer a free kit. It comes with the projects to make 6 of the projects. I designed 3 different cards, and then you get the supplies to make 6 of those. So it's 2 of each design. And just for a qualifying order in my online store, which is $45, blah, blah, blah. There's links down below on my YouTube description where you can get more information about it. So let's get going. I'm going to pop you down to my craft table here. There we go. Let me just adjust some of my lighting. Okay, so let me show you the set first. So this is the Notes and Totes stamp set, and it's super cute. I love all of these stamps, and it comes with this. Here, I'll show you this one little thing. I was going to use this in my little tote, but it's kind of like a magazine cover or maybe a book, but you can use like news flash, you're fabulous. You could put that right up here. So that was one thing I was playing with. And then these are the dies, and this is how you make your tote. Isn't that cute? I love it. Uh-oh, did I forget something? I might have in my thing here. Oh well, we'll get to it. Okay, so this is how you make the tote. This is the fence, and I think I need to cut this out. I don't think I had that in my kit here. And then this is the bottom of the tote. So you cut these out, and these are the straps, the purse straps. The handles, comes with different kinds of handles. This is a handle, that's a handle. And then you can see you've got all these really cool water bottles, lotion bottle, and then a little scarf for the purse, and sunglasses, seashells. So it's really fun. So anyways, we're gonna get started. I'm gonna share with you the cards that we're making this week. So let me put this over here. Here's the card we did on Monday. Isn't that cute? And it's cute. You can put like a little gift card in here, or maybe some lotto tickets. And I popped up the little lotion bottle, but it's just super cute. So sending warm wishes, relax and enjoy. So we did that on Monday. This is the one we're going to do today. Now, I love it. I used the 3D swirl little embossing folder, kind of make it look like the ocean. And then I used the different bottles here, some starfish, a shell, and I made like sand. And I'll show you how to do that. And then I just fussy cut relax, and then I just stamped half of the sentiment on the inside, relax and enjoy. Hello, Joan from Washington. Thanks for joining me today. So this is the one we're going to make today. I'm going to put this one over here. And this is so cute. Isn't this the cutest little tote bag? So you can put little candies in here. I had a couple Butterfingers in there the other day, but I think it's just the most adorable little tote. This is a little 3D project, and we're going to do this on Friday because it's kind of like fun fold type. So anyways, all right, let's get started. I might have to do a couple little die cuts because I think I forgot to put my fence in there. This I think is my most favorite card, but there's lots of them. So let's get out all of our stuff. Now, I will warn you, it's a lot of die cutting. So if you don't like die cutting, too bad, because I love it. Hi, Melanie from Arizona. Thanks for joining. So in your kit, you're going to get all of these little pieces. And see, I didn't do my fence. So I'm going to have to cut. I'm going to have to grab some white cardstock and do the fence. So I've pre-die cut all the little elements here, and I'm going to show you just a couple little tricks on putting some of these together. And feel free, if you're not good with your multi-purpose liquid glue, feel free to use, like on these little strips, adhesive backed paper. So I'm okay with the glue. You should have seen me Monday. I was dropping things all over my card, glue everywhere, but normally I'm okay. So let's just get our stuff put together here. Let me see. This is the inside. This is for the inside. So I'm just going to set that. Oh, I'll just set it over here. I got to do some stamping on that. We're going to do some stamping on this and this. And I'm using Summer Splash. So that is the card base color. And I went ahead and pre-embossed this. And I'm just going to go ahead and adhere this to the front so we can get going on our stamping. Now, which one? Yeah, that's the front. So I'm just going to take a little bit of glue. I finally opened up a new bottle of glue. Now it's going to come out really fast. And I'll probably get too much glue on stuff, but that's okay. I've got it. Oh, you know what? On these embossed panels, I do like to put a little bit more glue across in the middle because it helps adhere it down better. You can always use your Stampin' Seal. Let's just get this up here. I have to come in a little bit. I can't see real good because I'm a little far away. Oops. Make sure we do that. Okay. Make sure that gets a nice seal. Claudia, you're not sure if you and glue are good friends yet? I know. Everybody says that too. Okay, so that's that. We're just going to let that sit there for a minute because I'm going to do some stamping and I'm going to make this kind of be like sand. So what I've done is I've taken some crumb cake ink. Put this over here. And we're just going to stamp. This is the little kind of like a sand image. So we're just going to stamp it randomly across. I like to turn it around a couple times so you don't always get the same pattern. And you don't want to be like, you know, super, just keep on turning it, turn it, and turn it this way. And I'll do a little bit more over here. And I'll do some this way. And then this way. And then I'll do just a little bit more over here. I just come off of that page. Okay. So that's that. And the other thing I like to do with this is I'm gonna add a little bit of color. So I need this back again. I mean, this is fine if you just want to leave it like that, you know, feel free to. I am going to take my blending brush and just add a little bit more ink to the background here. And I'm just going to come in here and slide this around a little bit. It's barely noticeable, but it tends to add a little bit more of a textured background, so to speak. And I always rub this off because you don't want to end up with a big glob on your thing here. So I'm just going to do just a little bit more. I'm going to keep that aside because now what we're going to do is we're just going to rip this. So I'm going to pull it towards me. And I kind of want it to be like, you know, uneven, like the sand would be, a little hill or something. So we're going to do this. Just, you can pull in, go up, go down a little bit if you want to. And that's kind of your end product. But one more little thing I'm going to do is just add, so I've got this torn piece there. Hi, Hilda. Got this little torn piece, but I just want to come in and add just a little bit of the crumb cake ink to it. Now, if you're using a two-tone cardstock, you would definitely want to make sure to just kind of add a little bit of color back in. Okay, there we go. So that's that piece. So now I'm done with this. Set that aside. And we're just going to go ahead and adhere this to the bottom. So I'm going to get out my glue again. Doot, 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 doot. And then we'll go ahead and pop this down here. Just want to get it so it's covering the bottom. There we go. And when you get your card kit, you actually get the directions. I do a PDF tutorial for all 3 cards, so you don't have to worry about not having that. Now let's see, we're gonna do the same type of thing with this little white piece of cardstock. And I'm going to add, oh dear, did I forget my summer splash? I did. It's right here. Grab that. So this little guy here, I added some summer splash ink just to the background here, this white cardstock. And then we'll go ahead and die cut that out. So you can add as much ink or as little ink as you want. Good morning, Rebecca. And if you want it a little bit darker in the middle, just give it a little bit more rub. So that's that. Now let me get my little mini boho blue out here. Cut and emboss machine. And then in a minute, I'll just run over and get some more white cardstock so we can do the fence. So let me see where that seashell, it's this little guy here. So we're gonna go ahead and die cut that. Got my plates. Put those in. I don't know if you can see that. This little guy is a wonder. My little blue mini boho blue, because when I go on trips, I do take stamping stuff with me. Am I crazy? But I do, because sometimes if my husband's watching the Yankee game and I want to craft, I don't want to sit there and watch the Yankee game with them, although I do like the Yankees. I will do a little crafting. So I take this on trips. Okay, so let's get this out of here. I just love this little set. Oh, there, it popped out. Perfect. Okay, so let me run and get some white cardstock, and we're gonna do the fence. And I'll show you how that's done. Just pop over here. So I keep all my white cardstock, like scraps, in one of these folders. And that really helps me because sometimes I don't like to go get a whole new thing, but I got a scrap here. I'm gonna have to cut that down. Oh wait, I have a better piece over here. Okay, there we go, that'll be perfect. I do save my scraps because, you know, if you're embossing things, you don't want to take a full sheet of paper out. My goodness, that would be a waste. So I am going to trim this down. I'm just going to use my paper snips. I don't care if it's straight because we're just going to die cut it. Okay. Let's bring our machine back in here. I'll put that up there. And we'll get going. So next week, guys, I am not going to be doing any lives. Unfortunately, my husband is having surgery next week, so he's going to be in the hospital for 4 or 5 days, and I will be with him in Rochester. So I'm not going to do any lives. Oh, here. Why isn't this thing going? I have to stand up. There we go. Come on. You got to have a little bit of muscle power. Rebecca, you're a scrap saver too? I totally am. Because like, look at these little seashells, these little starfish. I'm not going to... And so I have them all organized in those packets. Like I keep all the in colors together. I do arrange them by family, like so subtles, the brights, etc. So I just keep them in a package, and when I need them, I go get them. Especially, you know, cardstock. It's getting kind of expensive. But I love my cardstock. I asked Patty Bennett that one time. I was watching her on a video. She was doing her thing on her stamp room. I said to her, "What do you do with your scraps?" And she said, she doesn't save them anymore. She used to years ago, and she said, I just can't save them. But I do. So let me put this away. I don't want this to get in with all of our stuff. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how I put the fence on. Thank you, Rebecca. Yeah, he's got to have a little surgery. I think he's going to be fine. But so you can make these uneven. You can you know, because sometimes it's supposed to look like an old fence, right? So if they're uneven, they're uneven. It's okay. But I'm just going to pop these up here right now, and then I'm going to go ahead and use my glue. And I'm just going to bring out my silicone mat. I find this very helpful if I'm using a lot of glue, and we're going to be gluing quite a bit here. So this just keeps my surface safe, and it also helps me kind of pick up my pieces too. So I'm going to use my little tweezers. Well, this is probably pretty big. I don't need these yet. And then we're just going to pop these up here. just like that. Okay. There's one. There's my glue. And we'll just, sometimes I don't like using white glue on white paper because I can't see it real good. But there it is. And that'll go down in just a minute. I didn't want to like press it real hard in case I needed to move these around a little. But it doesn't look like I'm going to have to. There we go. Here's our last piece. And I am late. I'm a day late on my my craft and create club, my subscription-based club. Usually I send out all the information on the 20th of each month, but I've been so backed up with things, I'm going to send that out today. I'm using the Impressions of Bloom bundle for my craft club this month for June. It's really a fun bundle too. Okay, so there's our little fence. And with this piece, I'm just going to put it across here, but I'm going to snip some of it off because that's too long. Although my purse would probably hide it, but I don't want it that long. So I'm going to snip some off. There we go. Now we'll put that little bit of glue on there. Now I will say, if you are using your Stampin' Seal, this is the perfect width. You can just run your Stampin' Seal down there and you won't have any of it like come off the paper because it's the perfect width for that. Everybody's mowing their lawn today, so I hear all the lawnmowers going. Now this, I probably will pick this up. I don't want to get glue all over my hands. So then I'm just going to kind of put this right there. There we go. Okay, now for the fun part. So when you die cut, yes, this card's cute, right? The tote is perfect with all the details. I really love it, Rebecca. It is such a fun bundle. Now I've used the Ocean Friends Designer Series paper. This is still available. It is on the last chance list, but there's plenty out there. So if you like this paper, I actually ordered an extra pack the other day because I love it, and I love the stamp set that came with the lobsters and stuff. So I'm gonna keep that one for sure. But you can see there's these score lines here, and that's how you make your 3D piece. And also the other card I made on Monday, you can pop that up using these score lines. Now this little piece here, this little thing, you don't need this to lay flat the card, the tote on here. So I'm gonna snip that off. You will need this little piece if you are putting together a little candy tote. So let me snip that off. There we go. And now I'm just going to fold all of this together. So I'm going to fold these back. I'm going to fold this one back. And then I'm going to fold this up like that. And then I am going to come in here because this is not going to be popping off the page. I'm going to come in here and glue down these edges. So I just want to make sure it's nice and flat. So go ahead and glue it down. Oops, stay glued down. It's all right. Then I'll do the same with this side. There. I might come in here with some Stampin' Seal in a minute if I can't get these to lay down. Okay, and then I'm going to glue this. Now my other demonstrator friend, Debbie, has this bundle too. I was showing her the cute cards, So she made one last night. Now I've got glue on my hands. I see what you mean, Claudia, about the glue. Usually pretty good at it, but for some reason now I've got glue all over my hands. Okay, just wipe them on my jacket. So let's fold that down real good. And we'll just give that a good hold. And then we are going to start putting our little straps together. I wanted to get that down so that it's all folded. So now we're going to put this on. Now this is Melon Mambo. So I've used Melon Mambo, Calypso Coral, and that is Lemon Lime Twist. So go ahead and put this down. That's why I need my little tweezers, because I've same thing I did on Monday. I'll get it off, but don't worry. Okay, put that down. And let me grab a little tissue here. Just gonna dab that off. There we go. Okay, so now we're gonna put the little straps on. Now, some people like to put the straps, oh, you know what I did wrong? Let me see if I can get it off real quick. Can I? Oh, I can. Come on. Oh, good. You want to put your straps on first. So some people like to put them right on this score line. I put them more over in the middle for my purse. You can do it either way. But we're going to go ahead and kind of measure this. I just want to see where these are going to go. That looks good. So let me, oops. Let me just make sure. So that's the bottom. There's my other little strap right here. Okay, so that's where we're going to put them. Let me get a little bit of glue. Oops. You can also use the fine point glue if that's easier for you than using this glue. Either way, it's glue. Now I'm going to pick it up and I'm not going to drop it. Just going to go right here. Make sure that's straight. Do the same thing with this one. Oops. See, the problem with new glue is it comes out kind of in big globs. That's why I like to keep my old glue around as long as I can. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and attach this one. Let me get this under here. Oops, just use my fingers. And that's going to go right about there. Perfect. Now let's go ahead and put this back on. I need to re-glue it a little bit. Let's see. It's almost the same thing I did on Monday. I had to lift off the little centerpiece thing, and I got my heat gun out, because if you do make a mistake and you want to try and get it off quickly, you can just heat the cardstock up with your heat tool and it'll come right off. Okay, there. So there. So always remember, put your straps on first, because you don't want it showing on the outside. Okay, so now we're just going to do our little purse handle here. And I just want to position it so that you can't see the top of the handles. So just going to put a little bit of glue. Let's see. Right down here. Right here and here. Okay. We'll see if that's enough. There we go. That should be plenty. Okay, cute, right? Oh my God, I love it. Okay, so now I'm going to do a couple other things. I want to put the scarf on. Here's the little scarf. That's the other back side of same paper. So it's the same Ocean Friends Designer Series paper. And I think the scarf, I'm going to put it down here more. Oops. You can use a little mini glue dot if you don't want to use glue. That'll hold it just fine. Put a little bit there. I'm going to hold it for a second. There we go. Now let's see, what else do we have? Oops, oh, I'm sorry guys. I hit my camera. I'm going to put that here. So we'll wait until we're done with all of our other little pieces. Where'd my Kleenex go here? I got glue on here. Okay. So here's the little sun bottle. And here is the water bottle. And what I did was I just cut off the die. I cut off just a little bit of the top. So we're going to go ahead and snip this little line here. It's already open, so you're just going to come through there and just snip it off. I got a little bit too much here. There. And then same thing. I'm just going to glue that right to there. So we'll just put a little bit of glue on. Yeah, paper dolls. I remember those, Rebecca. Totally. It's like the paper dolls. They came with stickers though, right? Didn't they? Oh no, remember the little tabs? Didn't they have little tabs that you had to wrap around the things? So you can see I just put a little bit of glue, and I'm just going to take that and line it up. You've got time to move this around just a smidgen. Just want to line it up. Oops, there we go. And there's one little bottle. We're still going to do some stamping on it, so hold on. And then I've got this other one here. This one goes like this. So we're going to snip this. Again, the same thing. It's just got a little thing there. And we're going to pop this on there. Probably easier if I just put the glue right here. There. Oh, look at me today. Okay, so now we will, oops, that's not on good. Just gonna pop this right here. Give it a move around if you need to adjust it. There. So it's perfect. Okay, so let's do a little bit of stamping now. I want my paper back. So we're gonna stamp this and we're gonna stamp this, and let's see, I've got Calypso Coral. Oh, you know what? I pulled the wrong, that's Melon Mambo ink. I gotta grab that. So I've got my Calypso Coral. I'm just gonna do just the half bottle, half of the sun on the bottle, just like that. And then I'm gonna do the, I think these are so cute. When I first saw the stamp set, I was like, what is that for? It looked like raindrops. And then I realized, oh my God, it's for the water bottle. Genius, right? Oh, I need this color. Yeah. So we're just gonna pop our little water bottle. I'm not gonna do the center one. I used lemon lime twist, and I just didn't like the way that it came out. So I'm just gonna use this Calypso Coral, and I'll stamp that twice on there. Yeah, rub-ons. I remember those. I remember the rub-ons. I used to love those. But now look what we have. We have stamping. We can create cards. It's so fun. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside. I've got my two little guys here, my little seashells. And I'm just going to grab my, I thought that was strawberry slush. It's not. Let me grab my melon mambo. And now we will do this. Then we'll just put it all together. I just have to do a little bit of fussy cutting, and then we can finish it off. Oops. Well, actually, oh no, I don't, it doesn't matter for this because I'm fussy cutting it out. Okay. Oops. It's not long enough. I'm just going to stamp that. There we go. And while I've got this open, let me clean this off because I want to show you how we are going to do the inside here. So what I do is I take a Post-it note and I just want to get the ampersand sign and the enjoy. So I'm going to come around here real good, just like that. Cover that up, you can see there. And then I'm going to use my ink pad and just gently ink that over. So now I've only got half of it. Instead of cutting up your stamps, because I've seen some people do that, I don't do that. Now we'll just stamp that down. And enjoy, right? Now I got that away. Let me clean this off. We're just going to add a little strip here. Get some glue out. I find crafting, like making cards or 3D projects, very relaxing. It's almost like kind of therapeutic for me, but I enjoy it so much. Now, again, this is the same paper, the Ocean Friends. I matched the scarf. So then I turn it over, and that's why I use glue, because I can easily get that in there. Now it's a smidgen over. Just gonna take my paper snips. You probably don't even have to, but it's just a smidgen. I just want to get that off. There. Okay. So we'll go ahead and put that on the inside right now. Then we'll pop it all up together and it's going to be done. Let me use my Stampin' seal for the inside. Okay. We'll go ahead and pop this in here. Oops. That's right, it's not straight. There we go. Okay, now fun part. So I'm going to glue the purse down because I'm popping up some other elements. So let's do that. You can use Stampin' Seal. I did glue the handle down because I didn't want it popping up. a lot of times if I'm working with like florals or leaves or flowers, I don't glue the leaves and the twigs down. I glue them down, but I don't glue them completely down. This I'm gluing down. Okay, so we're just going to position this like this. A little bit of glue there. Isn't that cute? Gosh darn it, I just love it. Okay, now these I'm going to pop up. So I need my stuff here. My trash can. You don't have lemon lime? You can use, let's see. You can use Daffodil Delight. You can use, what is my other color that you know what another good color would be is crushed curry. You could use that too. Let's do this. But I'd go with Daffodil Delight because it really pops it out. And you can change this to Daffodil Delight because that'll match in here, the Daffodil Delight. This is more, crushed curry is a little bit more oranger. I'm going to pop this one up too. Just going to put it up here. Another cute thing you can do, like with the one that I did Monday, you can actually, even on this one, if you wanted to, you could just stick the bottles in halfway. You'd probably need to reposition the purse a little bit, but I like the bottles on the outside. So now we're going to go ahead and take these little starfish, and I am going to glue these down. I'm just putting glue in the center of the starfish. I can get that right there. Okay, and then a little bit of glue on this one. And then we're going to pop the big shell up. Get that out. Perfect. Just going to put a dimensional right in the middle. And pop that right there. And the last thing we got to do is fussy cut this out real quick. You guys know I am not big on fussy cutting. I don't like it. Joan does though, right, Joan? Oh yes, you could use blends on your cardstock, Rebecca. That's a great idea. So I've got some Stampin' Up! Demonstrator friends that are awesome at fussy cutting. I've never been one that's been awesome, but I try hard. And I think if you do it a lot, if you do it more often, you get better at it. Like anything, right? So the more you practice it, the better you get. So I try not to, I try to just move the paper around and not necessarily my scissors. And especially when you're going around something, you kind of want to get that so it's not a point. And I'll have to go back and fix that a little bit because this is kind of tiny for me, but it works. I mean, I've been stamping since the early 90s, and that was before they even came out with like the Big Shot. They didn't have those tools back then. So, so we did a lot of fussy cutting. There we go. There we go. Now I'm going to fix this. You see how square that is? I don't like that. I'm just going to come in and round it out a little bit. There we go. All right. Now this one, I'm going to use my little minis. And I think I'm going to have to, I usually have some that are cut. I don't like to use those scissors to cut that. I'm just going to cut. I'm going to take a little bit of this, cut those. And then I'll use the half cut ones. Oops. And just put them over here. There we go. Oops, come on, get off of me. Get off of me. There we go. There's our little relax. Perfect. Oh, can't go yet. Can't go. You can't forget your bling. Gotta have the bling. Okay, so these are new. These are the Strawberry Slush and Pretty in Pink gems. And that's got clear, Pretty in Pink, and Strawberry Slush. I'm going to use the Strawberry Slush, and I'm going to put one of these bigger ones right here, kind of as a jewel on the scarf. And then I'm going to come down here and just put a couple of them on the sand. There we go. So there is our second card. Isn't that cute? I love them. So thanks you guys for joining me today. Have a great rest of the week. Be sure to join me on Friday because we are making that little treat bag and I want to show you how to do it. It's super easy, but there's a couple little tips and tricks I have. So anyways, I'll see you all on Friday. Have a good rest of the week. Bye.